Welcome back to the channel. It's good to see you again. Oh, almost there. This time I'm at Reinheim Lodge. I'm not even going to try and pronounce that. And we'll be traveling around 250 kilometers today. This was my view this morning at breakfast, and before I took to the road I needed to check out, so I kind of walked around and took a few pics. This was just such a gorgeous place, and I should have gone and had a better look at the igloo. Didn't think of that at the time. However, the weather is a little, it's going to be changeable, shall we say. This will be my route approximately. I want to head down to this place because it is a junction point. There are 4 or more roads leading off that junction point, so I'm not going to decide in which direction I'm going next until I get there. The weather, as I say, the weather is changeable. If you look at the sky now and somebody asks you what's the weather going to do, you're like, right, which direction is the wind blowing? And to be honest, there isn't, right now, there really isn't much wind. And depending on which direction you're looking, you're going to get a different picture of what the weather's doing. However, I know I will be heading, shall we say, I'm expecting now higher ground. Here, loads of bikes. There are simply loads of bikes here, you know. I can imagine if you lived here locally, oh, it would be paradise. Everybody gets bored with their own environment at some point or other, don't they? That's why, I suppose that's why I like to tour. That's one of the main reasons actually that I tour, because Holland, you know, where I live, in North Holland, I literally live 2 meters under sea level. So anywhere that includes high ground, mountains, mountain roads, if you can find them, appeal to me. They just do. Anybody that's followed this year's tour, water and mountains have played a huge part of my summer tour, which is great, because Norway has been on my bucket list like forever, and I really didn't think I was gonna, you know, I never thought I was gonna get here, seriously. I mean, look at this, look at the colour of the water. How can, on such a grey day, how can the water be that blue? I mean, look at it, it's like a Caribbean, it's like Caribbean blue water. Amazing, absolutely amazing. And you know, it's unfortunate. And I am heading up. It's gradual, it's slow, but the ground is getting higher, and I think I'm going to get rain anyway. It's kind of, it's in the wind, it's been in the wind for a little while, but it hasn't actually kind of really fully started to rain, so fingers crossed. I'm still seeing blue sky. However, in the direction I'm going, the weather is not looking fantastic. In fact, I'm going to have another look at the route, to be honest, because it's going to take me up. It's going to take me to higher ground, and even on good days, the weather is not great when you go up high. And the problem is like, you're going to miss this. When that weather gets grey and misty, you lose the colour. It's just fact. Every mountain has a cloud above it. And depending on how high it is, you'll find yourself actually riding at cloud level, and that's not fun. Saying that, I'm up so high now that the complete terrain has changed. This almost looks like a completely different place, doesn't it? It doesn't look like there are mountains at all. That's because I'm actually on the top, or pretty much on the top of the mountain, and still going up. If I was to describe at this moment just how cold it is, it's freezing, literally freezing. I wasn't expecting this, and to be honest, I need to check to see just how high I was, but that snow there is not an exaggeration. In fact, I just wasn't expecting this at all. I'm now riding between snow poles. I wasn't expecting that. I think quite possibly this is the highest I've been so far. So I'll have to get back to you on that. I'll need to check exactly which mountains are on my route. I wasn't expecting this. So I'm hoping that I'm not going to be up here for too long, because I am now absolutely drenched. My jacket is holding out. I'm wearing actually a Diffie jacket, which is the same as Diffie. Yeah, comes from Motorport in the Netherlands, which I believe to be Lewis in Germany and England. So this is a jacket that is sold as all weather, and to be honest, it's doing quite well. You know, I'm wet, so it feels colder now, but I have a thermal lining, so I'm not cold, and I'm not wet. It's the jacket's wet. I am now not taking these bends as fast as I would like to, because I've had a couple of slip moments. I'm not sure what that's about. Could be something on the road, not sure. Rain, ice, yeah, possible. Up top, that was possible. I had a couple of moments when I actually went to accelerate and had a spinning tyre under my backside, which I wasn't expecting. So thankfully, although it's still now raining, I am seeing a little bit of the sun. And you can see how drenched my jacket is there. Actually, that's quite a good moment to show you that. But I don't feel wet inside. So that seems to be doing well. And I am wearing jeggings. They're like stretchy moto leggings. And then with a single skin waterproof trouser over the top. And that's a bit of a double whammy really, because it keeps you warmer than the normal trousers, but it keeps you dry. And I do actually prefer to take them off if I can, because after a while you'll end up with a bit of a I would say sweaty backside. It's just the way it is. And that's another reason why I like to get everything dry at night, so that you start off dry in the morning. I am now heading downhill, thankfully. I'm now out of the wind, and this is actually turning out to be a pretty beautiful rise. And I've got twisties. Yes, I have twisties, and it makes such a difference, because all that long straight stuff, not into that at all, and this is like a surprise at every corner. And what's nice is I can now smell coffee. I can smell civilization, almost like baking cinnamon buns. I now have this picture of a hot coffee and a cinnamon bun, so I will be making a coffee stop as soon as I see a place to be able to stop. A camper, yeah. My first videos, I would have blown him up. I have a bit of a pet hate with campers, and I've said it before, don't mind them as accommodation, hate them on the road. It's just the way it is, you know. Accommodation, absolutely brilliant. And to be quite honest, if I had one right now, if I was making this road trip in a camper van, I'd have stopped long before this and made coffee. Something else I wanted to mention, these are all, don't forget, that these are all two-way roads, and they're narrow in places. The Riker itself is about a metre, I believe it to be about 1.50 meters wide, and moments like that, you can't guarantee he's going to stop. I didn't see any like give way signs or who has the right of way. It's just one of those, you know, you see those little pull-ins now and again, so you know that the road is going to be tight because they wouldn't have them. They wouldn't have them otherwise. But there's no real, you know, it's your right of way. It's just that you look at each other, eye contact, or is he going to stop? You know, are you seeing brake lights? You can never guarantee that somebody is going to stop, even if you have right of way. So it's always something that I keep in my head, you know. This road is absolutely mega. It's brilliant. It's just such a shame that the sun is not shining. It would have been such a different ride, you know. I love my twisties, I really do. But I am able to pull in. There is a place coming up where you can stop. See, there we go. Oh, I think that mountain might have been what is that? Fanaraki or something? Wonderful. I've survived it. That was freezing, absolutely freezing up there. And but I loved every minute of it. What's wrong with me? What's wrong with me? There were hairpins with it was like a roller coaster. Wind, rain, people doing 10 miles an hour because they didn't want to dare. Oh my god. It was just cold. Ducky. Is Ducky even talking to me? I haven't seen him spin. I thought he'd frozen. I was surrounded by snow. Absolutely brilliant. There's something wrong with me. There's seriously something wrong with me. Really, but look at this. It's beautiful. I'm in the middle of nowhere. Middle of nowhere. Look at it. Twisties, hairpins. Fantastic. Fantastic. The temperature difference now, just being out of that wind and being much lower on lower ground. Obviously I'm still heading downhill. First time I've been able to save any petrol for a while anyway. That makes a difference. Oh, another camper. Oh joy. Oh joy. And that was what I mean, pull in. He could see that the road wasn't wide enough at that point anyway for two of us to pass each other safely, you know, and it is pretty dodgy weather. The only thing I can think of now is coffee, to be honest, and a hot shower. And oh, there are certain things that kind of take your body over. And just as magic, it appears. Ta-da! Coffee, 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 coffee. Oh, it's such a welcome sight. You have no idea. And the smell. Oh. I can smell it. They have something in the oven. There is something either has just come out of the oven or there is something now in the oven, and the scent in the air. Right now I could eat my gloves, to be honest. This whole experience has been so much fun, but you know, you need a snack. You need a snack to get over it. So yeah, that was a very nice coffee, and the coffee always tastes better when you really, really want one. Yes, the customary traffic jam behind a camper. I think I may need to make a camper edition just to prove the point. Oh, and there we go. A camper. In every lay-by here, there is a camper. Usually more than one, to be honest, and that was quite a big lay-by. But there aren't that many places to stop here, you know. I mean, obviously this is a faster road, but there just aren't that many places to stop. And in every single lay-by, there is a camper. It just gets frustrating. However, the weather is improving a little. I'm getting sun anyway. I am seeing a difference in the colours. You know, it makes such a huge difference when the sun shines. And again, this has been a great ride. It's just a shame for all the rain and that wind. It was so cold. It was so cold up there. And that's the problem. It's very difficult sometimes to know what to wear, purely because of the differences. You don't want to have to keep stopping every 5 minutes to change your gear. You just don't. So you end up putting something on in the morning and you're hoping it's going to keep you going all day. Because up there it wasn't much above freezing point, and down on ground level it's around, at the moment it's around 20 degrees, 18 maybe 19 degrees. So it's just keeping you covered for everything, and that's not easy. Here was a place I could pull in without a camper. What a beautiful place to stop. Just look at it. Look at it. Oh. So I took this opportunity to see if I could find an accommodation, and I have. It's not too far from here. It's about another 10 kilometres, but I found a place. And what a lovely place it was. This is actually the campsite. I have a cabin, but this one is a sort of cabin in a row. One of, I think it was 5 in a block. But it's very quiet. There we go. Just under the 83,500, which I'm going to be hitting probably tomorrow. Look at this. Oh, completely at home. Totally at home. Oh, and I love a fire. If there's a fire, and here they encourage you to do it. Couldn't be better. Free wood and pallets of it. So this was pretty much my route, and I have arrived where I was hoping to arrive, and I have a couple of options, but I have to do one thing: the longest road tunnel in the world, and I will be traveling through it in the next episode. So thank you so much for watching, and I hope you return to see what it looks like to ride through that tunnel. What an experience. Bye.